We're still continuing on the order series and on this character of God that maybe we don't look at very often, that He's an orderly God and how important it is to know that. And this one today is called the human condition. When's the last time you read Matthew 8? It's full of orders that are such an interesting read. So by definition, an order is an authoritative command, direction, or instruction, and of course the Bible's full of these. But in Matthew 8, we start with Jesus healing a leper that cried for healing. After the healing, Jesus gave him orders or instructions to say nothing to anyone except to go to the priest for proof. So the first order given in this chapter is to a leper, an outcast of society. And the next story is a centurion that comes to Jesus to ask him to heal his son. This son is paralyzed, and this guy, his father, is one who gives orders himself, and his people follow him. So he knows the importance of speaking orders and having them followed. So when Jesus offers to come to this guy's house and heal his boy, the centurion says to Jesus, "Just speak the word, and I know my boy will be healed." Jesus reacted by saying he'd never seen such faith. So this was the second order in this story in Matthew 8 of the centurion, an officer of the Roman army. Jesus said, "Go, and it will be done," and it was. Next, Jesus hears that one of his followers' mother-in-law was sick in need of healing, and he touched her and she was healed, and many more sick and oppressed came, and with his word he gave order to the chaos in bodies and minds. 4 different people from society in this story: a leper, an outcast, a centurion, a high official, a woman, a family member, and many from all over society, all affected by the order of things from Jesus, all affected by his words. And then we read that Jesus was surrounded by people, and he gave orders again to go to the other side of the water, and upon that order he and his followers got in a boat and headed straight into a storm upon Jesus' orders. Interesting. And this is the story where Jesus fell asleep in the storm, and his followers woke up upset and wondered where he was. These guys had just seen Jesus give order to all these people in society with his word and performed great miracles of healing and restoration. They were so willing to follow him because of his authority and power, but when he led them into a storm, they were afraid. And Jesus wakes up and speaks orders to even the winds and waves, and his followers marvel. We keep reading about Jesus and the order he brings to broken lives and bodies and minds. And in the next chapter it says this: Jesus went through all the cities and villages, teaching and proclaiming the gospel and healing every disease and affliction. And when he saw the crowds, he had compassion on them because they were harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. So Jesus heals every part of the human condition, regardless of our standing in society, from lepers to women to little boys to those crazed in the mind. He's demonstrating the power of his word to bring chaos to the human condition. When he sleeps in a storm and awakens to just speak peace to the waves, he's again demonstrating that when he gives orders, even to get in a boat and move into a storm, there's no reason to be afraid at all. And the human condition is one where we are all like sheep. We're compared to sheep many times in the Bible. We're harassed, helpless, like sheep. We often head straight for a cliff without sense of direction or safety. And Jesus is our good shepherd, the one with compassion and authority to give orders that, if we follow them, bring about peace. This did not stop illness and chaos and confusion in the human world, but it did demonstrate that the one who brings order to all these things is present among us and before us as we follow him. It doesn't matter who we are or what we've done or where we stand in our societal positions. He hears us and has words for us of life and safety. When we read this chapter, and we now read it through the lens of order, I don't know about you, but it brings peace to me. To be reminded of Jesus' care for all of us in every position, in every condition, to speak authority and peace in every storm. It may seem like sickness and chaos reigns when all we hear is another doctor's report or test or storm or destruction or a crazed act of violence, and it can seem there's no order or purpose in this world. But maybe next time we listen and hear these reports, or when these reports are given to our own families, we can remember the order of the one who cares for us, leads us, and has compassion on the human condition. Can you hear the siren? There's the human condition. And when our kids in our own minds ask, why, Lord, why don't you come and heal us? Speak your word, I'll follow you. I'll lay down beside you and sleep because I've seen and heard of your wonders and your miracle deeds. I'll trust you to bring order in our world, into our hearts, into the heart of my children. Read Matthew again and note the orders Jesus gives and speaks, and note the results, and lie down and rest and marvel at the order of the God who cares enough for us to lead us safely to all of the other sides.